energy, but also in an
EGA on mental health and rebuilding confidence. When you're in a downward spiral and things are not going well, it tends to get pretty bad. I think it was important for me to have my own identity outside of Valorant. This is kind of similar to what going so great. You tend to get like it tends to get like pretty bad, pretty soon.
This is also similar to what T-Dog was telling us.
To have stuff outside of Valorant.
It's true.
And have my own like identity as like a human being outside what I do in Valorant.
Seja2 in here. I'm currently here with Evil Genius's Ye, finally making his debut in the VCT.
See this versus live. Cap.
America's stage. Yeah. So I mean, it's been a long time coming. I just kind of want to chat about this because it's been a while since you've even played in North America. So talk to me about playing on the stage. What's it been like for you, just taking it all in?
I think it's been like a pretty cool experience. It's great to see like all the fans that I have like over here in like North America, just because at least during the time I played, we didn't have crowds, especially in like the North American region. There's like one or two I had it, but it's good to have like a North American crowd and see all the fans that I have.
Crowd buff is real.
It's been a pretty humbling experience, and yeah, it's been great overall.
Yeah, he's definitely a fan favorite.
I wanted to just ask you about was just kind of the career trajectory in Valorant, because you've had one of the biggest kind of juxtapositions I've seen, where player of the year, player of the year, and then kind of taking a step back. During that time where it was hard to find things that were going right, how do you maintain some sense of positivity and optimism during that time, and tell yourself, I'm still that player that was player of the year?
You don't. It's very simple.
To be honest with you, it's something I struggle with, still to this day. I think for me, it's like when you're going down in a spiral, and I think this applies to almost like anyone, it's kind of like a hard hole to kind of like dig yourself out of. So for me, what I had to do was essentially try to find like some positives in like every single day. Obviously talking with friends help out a lot, and
the small things,
with, like, even like some professionals on the occasion to like get like a better grasp and sense of like
support system is big.
I think in the moment it's good to surround yourself with people who care, and also to try and find just things to be grateful for, like every
find the
single
light,
day, and not focus so much on like what is going wrong.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's very good. That's very good.
Interview with Ravish Khanna, where you talked about this aspect of
let's see this.
Be
it's
playing
live.
over and under.
What's this? Honestly, I didn't love this shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You have a tighter.
This is RNG,
group,
bro.
Like a smaller but tighter group of close friends. Can you just?
Do you guys want to watch the live content? Do you guys like that? The over under?
It's kind of.
This is recorded, obviously, but.
Yeah. To that and.
I just didn't think it was the best game. Like, I don't know, because like the question, I don't know.
Kind of like a tighter group of friends like that.
It's just so like fucking RNG. It feels like
it's good to just have people who both they're realistic with you. Finding friends that will, won't shy away from the truth.
Tell you how it is.
They won't be just like yes man or like that sort of thing. But it's also important to have people who you just genuinely care about you and like their opinions, because I feel like if you just base it on whether it be the community or like other people, like in general, it's like if you base your self-worth off of that, it's like I don't feel like you'll ever be like happy, like almost, So it's important to have like good self-worth, and just having a good tight group of friends. So you're also not like a narcissist.
Again, support system,
So
do you feel like you're basing your self-worth before off of things that you view now not the healthiest?
Yeah, I would say like in the past, like I used to base my self-worth a little bit off like especially like Valorant in general, and just how I was performing and how I was doing, because it's such a big part of my life. It's something that I practice like quite literally 13 hours a day. It's my whole career, job, and like for a while, my dream, So I think what's happened mainly is when you're especially in like a downward spiral and things are not going so great, you tend to get like it tends to get like pretty bad, pretty soon. So I think it was important for me to have stuff outside of Valorant and have my own like identity as like a human being outside what I do in Valorant.
I'm actually curious, like what were those things outside of Valorant that you discovered that, not just Ye, but Jacob is?
I think it was just separating both like me as like a person and Ye, like this identity that is both like what I perceive of it and like what others perceive of it. So things like, I would say like starting to go to the gym, you know, that's like something that's like a positive for me that I'm doing for myself.
Been telling you
not
guys.
related to Yay as a player. Or it could be something as simple as like, I don't know, I made my bed today, you know, and that's something as well. It's like another positive that I did outside of Valorant. You know, Valorant
Small
isn't going
things.
so well. I am doing all these other small things that are a positive, essentially.
He does sound weirdly like tens.
You know,
I don't
we
hear it
spoke
at all.
way back in 2021 before, like online, and one of the things that always stuck with me was kind of how you talked about how there was a period towards the tail end of your CS:GO days into the transition to Valorant.
He does? I don't know
you
about
would
that.
start to ask yourself, what type of person do I want to be?
Yeah.
Was that a question that you would come back to a lot during this kind of rougher stretch in your life?
I think so. I think it's a question that people have to ask themselves like every single time. Because I don't know. I think goals and dreams and things change over time for like some people. Like I don't
Not
think
for some people, it
anyone's
should-
ever just
for-
fully static on like
for
one
everyone
thing
it
their
should.
entire life.
I think that's
you
healthy.
constantly should like reevaluate like what matters to you like ultimately, you know, and like what is important. So I would say that changes like throughout just a
Close your
person's
eyes and he
life.
sounds like tens.
I believe you're like 26 now, right? Yeah. I don't know what's happening too. I just yes. So something that I kind of just wanted to ask you, because
Watch game.
I
It's
feel
not
like
live
that
yet.
age and 25 onward, you start to really think about things differently in terms of just the priorities in your life.
Yeah.
You know, for you now when you're 26
That's fine, I'm not
at this
gonna-
age, how have the things that matter to you and your priorities shifted at this age, and as you've kind of just matured more?
I would say I went from only caring about like Valorant and like disregarding like everything else, and I put like a lot more focus on just like myself. I would say like in general, and just making sure like I'm more happy as like a human being. I would say I wouldn't say my priorities have really shifted. To be honest with you, I went through like a rough period like I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, like before I came to Valorant. So I was able to figure out like who I am and like what I want to do from that point forward. It hasn't really changed like too much. So I feel like I'm still on the right path. I still have the same priorities and the same like, I guess, drive, but I'm
1 second, Mr. Diablo.
All right, bro.
This
When
content
you're-
here, live content. I want to see
Don't
what
like
it
dad
is.
jokes?
This is good.
Seems
This,
like
this is
you're
a
in a
very
bit of a
good.
bind.
What I'm
This is a
trying
very
to-
good interview, though.
It's cool.
Seems like you're in a bit of a bind. Okay,
Cool.
dad
A
joke
Valorant
challenge.
player went to the doctor because they thought they broke their wrist. Turns out it was just a fracture.
I don't think I would laugh at any of these.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
What do you call a B from the U.S.? A USB. Come on, man. That was good. USB. Come on, man.
That was a good part. That was a good addition. People say they picked their nose, but I was born with mine. You see this one?
Yeah.
I was born with it.
I hope you were.
You pick yours?
Yeah.
Wait.
Same.
Same. That's how it is.
Oh,
How do you make the number
I just
7
flew over my
even?
head for a second, but like, fuck.
Take out the S.
Are you serious? Who made that one?
Fuck. I laughed too.
What did the jet say to the airplane in the sky? Get out of my way. I got you.
Where does your computer mouse live? Mouse pad. Come on, bro. I don't got the good one.
My computer crashed while I was queuing for a game. I shouldn't have been driving anyway.
Shouldn't have been driving anyways. Wow.
Crashed?
I got crashed.
Damn, that's good.
That's dark. That's dark
That's
humor.
dark.
That's
Who cooked these? Who cooked these?
Watch this.
Who cooked these?
Say
I thought you were trying to make me laugh. Look at it
no.
like that.
Hard difficulty.
All right. Why did the superstition teammate rage quit the match? Because there was a bad omen.
Nah.
Because there was Valen on Omen. Just kidding.
What?
I'm the best Omen, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what do they call it
Clean.
when your teammate won't stop talking on comms?
The Yapper?
A Valorant.
Valorant? What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
GG's. I probably lost.
Do you know what we just did?
Dad jokes?
Thank you guys for watching Dad Jokes.
Hey, that was fire.
Honestly,
All right, these boys need to
They
calm down. They're about to come for my job
did
right
the best
now.
of what
I
they
quit
had.
this.
They did the best of what they
What I
had.
guess like nowadays is just like trying to fall in like one of those spirals again, where it's just like, because I'll be honest with you, losing just feels like the world's like ending to me sometimes. You know, it really feels like it's. It almost makes you want to like curl up into like a ball, you know, and just like sob sometimes. Like that's how it feels like sometimes to me. And I know it's not the healthiest thing, you know. So
Definitely
it's
not.
something where it's like I've been trying to like get a lot better with that, so I don't go through these like periods of like where I'm, you know, high on the world, you know, everything's going great, but other times I'm just like deeply depressed, you know. So that's what I've been trying to do is have more of like a balance essentially. So that's where my priorities have kind of like shifted towards.
Funny
It's really
beams
cool to
link
hear that
it.
perspective, because I imagine when, like you said, you're playing 13 hours every single day, and a lot of your day because of that becomes you as a player and your performance. I imagine it's just really hard not to. It was really hard not to think about, if I'm performing bad, then most of me is just like I'm not enough unless I'm performing.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. It just became something where it's just like my
Fire.
day's ruined.
Truthfully,
if
fire.
I'm not performing. You know, it does that make
Amazing.
sense? So it's
Beautiful.
It's good to like I said, separate those two,
Fantastic.
essentially.
Slay.
And I just wanted to give you this final minute just to talk to your fans and just people that have stuck with you. You know, it's been a bit tougher to kind of just maintain consistency during this period of time. So just talk to them.
Sure. First off, I want to thank to everyone who has sent me like, you know,
Thank you,
really
Bunny
kind
Beams.
messages and supported me throughout. Yeah, I guess like for me, it's hard in the moment to see like, especially if there's like, usually what happens is like, I think with like just human beings in general, negativity in general gets heard a lot louder than, for example, like positivity. So I really do want to thank all the people who have stuck by me despite like, you know, everything that's been going on around me, because it does mean like a lot. I mean, I remember when I first turned on my Twitch stream after like, I don't know, it was like a year essentially, and seeing all the love and support and like kindness that people were getting, just happy to see me back, and not even so much like even like perform, you know. So it was really
They want you to
great
perform,
see,
but
and I'm hoping to show a new me, you know, that's coming up.
a new leaf.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Honestly, good interview. Good interview. I enjoyed it. It was
Especially in like a downward spiral.
this was a good interview. I enjoyed it. It's just like a different, like more serious cadence about like a topic that you probably wouldn't see too many pros talk about. Actually, right now,